Hmm. Hmm. This dirty squirrel was begging for some water, isn't it? Huh. And it was given by some good vibes person. This is incredible, man. Respect and shout out to these guys. You guys, if you do good deeds out there to animals like this or to people, you will always feel nice. The universe will reward you incredibly, man. You see, try to be good every day. Huh. Like this good vibes guy here rescued some leopard and getting praise for the first time. Man, and this leopard even you can't imagine. You see, it can't understand how it can be loved like this. So I'm probably wondering, man, my guy. I thought in the wilderness is where all fun is. Oh, humans are also wonderful and good vibes. This is great. Just like this dog was taken somewhere out there in snow. Just like I could have wanted to go there in snow and do something like that. That is good
We
vibes.
are not
Much love,
alone.
man.
I met people who purport to be inside what's called the program, which is a euphemism for, believe it or not, a back engineering, a reverse engineering program that's working on, drumroll, recovered alien, non-human spacecraft. And when I first heard this, I burst out laughing. I mean, like everybody watching this, I thought this was a joke. I thought there must be an explanation. But I've been told now for quite a number of years by very, very reliable sources in the national intelligence and scientific community that the American government is in possession of non-human technology spacecraft. Alien spacecraft. We don't use the word alien for reasons I'll later explain, but non-human intelligence is the new euphemism. The things that Dave Grush told me, I was shocked. And yes, in some cases, I was scared. I still am.
Oh, how does it about this first, man? What is this? Is this the Mercury? What? Ha! Oh my god. What is this? Is this some stone or some dragon egg? What is this? This is creepy. Something that when put next to a closed padlock can open the padlock. Oh my god. What is this? This is creepy. Oh, please guys. Why
How
did
can
this
this
guy
happen to
get this
lightning?
rock?
Now, I am sure at this point that a lot of you guys have seen this video right here, claiming that they captured some sort of glitch in the Matrix. This clip has been going viral everywhere. I've been tagged in it and DM'd in it many, many times, and it shows this guy recording some sort of sports field where lightning is striking. The strange part about this, though, is that the lightning turns into a liquid directly after striking the ground, and as you can see, the field is covered in this liquid. There were a lot of people in the comments as well, I assume going along with the joke, but here's the problem. Even if you're going along with the joke, other people that don't know what this is are going to believe you. This comment right here claims that it's called lightning liquidity, which actually does sound pretty legit. It only happens when the temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius and the dew point is low, the lightning absorbs the dew. This comment got 50,000 likes, and I'm sure a bunch of people believed it. I'm gonna burst your bubble though, this is absolutely fake and edited. I found another video that's a perfect example that uses what I believe to be the same preset in whatever editing software they use, and as you can see, this looks extremely fake, and here is the liquid portion of it as well, just to prove it. This video right here was just simply edited better. The lighting was perfect, the color grading was on point, so a lot of people believed it.
Do you think that
You're
was
most likely
real or
familiar
fake,
with
man?
the 10 Commandments in the Bible, stuff we generally take as good advice. Don't murder, don't steal, honor your parents, the list goes on.
And those are just the first 10. There are actually a total of 613 commands, all given to ancient Israel, found in the first 5 books of the Bible, which in Hebrew are called the Torah.
Now the word Torah is usually translated in English as the law, because it has all of these laws in it. And as you read through them, you wonder, am I supposed to obey some of these, all of these? I mean, what's the purpose of the law?
Well, that translation is kind of confusing because while the Torah has laws in it, the book itself is fundamentally a story about how God is creating new kinds of people who are fully able to love God and love others. And when Jesus taught about the Torah, he said that he was bringing that story to its fulfillment.
So walk me through the story and how it's fulfilled.
So the story begins with God creating humanity who rebels. And God chooses Abraham to bless all of the nations through his family, who end up in slavery down in Egypt, and so God rescues them. Then at Mount Sinai, God makes a covenant with Israel, like an agreement. And all of the laws that Moses gives to Israel are the terms of that agreement. They're like a constitution. And so some of the laws, they're about rituals and customs that set Israel apart from the nations. Other laws are about social justice or morality. And by following these, Israel would show the other nations what God is like.
Okay, so the rest of the Torah is just the complete list of laws that Moses gives Israel?
No, the rest of the Torah just continues the story. And the 613 commands are only a selection from that original constitution. And even these have been broken up and placed at strategic points within the story. Now pay attention, because you'll see a really clear pattern. Moses gives the first laws to Israel.
Yeah, don't worship other gods, don't make idols.
And then right after that, there's a story of Israel breaking those very laws.
Yeah, they worship the golden calf.
And so Moses gives some more laws, and then you get more stories of rebellion. Some more laws, rebellion again, some more laws, more rebellion, and you start to see the point.
Right, no matter how many laws, they're just gonna continue to rebel.
So at the conclusion of the Torah's story, Moses gives this final speech to Israel as they prepare to go into their new home. And he tells them, you guys, I know that you're not going to follow all of God's laws. You've proven to me that you're incapable. And Moses says the problem is that their hearts are hard and that they're going to need new, transformed hearts if they're ever going to truly follow God's law. And he was right. I mean, the story goes on to recount Israel's total failure.
They go into the land, they break all the laws.
Right. Now, the next section of books in the Jewish tradition are the 15 books of the prophets, and they reflect back on the story. For example, Ezekiel, he said that if Israel was ever going to obey the law, God's Spirit would have to transform their hard hearts into soft hearts. And Jeremiah said that's when obedience to God's commands wouldn't feel like a duty, but they would be written deep in their hearts. And Isaiah, he promised a future leader, Israel's Messiah, who will lead all of the people in obedience to the law. Now, in Jewish tradition, all of these books together are called the prophets, even the historical books, because they're continuing the story told from the perspective of the prophets.
Okay, so we have the law and the prophets, and they're telling one connected story about God's desire to bless the whole world through a people, Israel, who it turns out needs a new heart.
Yes, and Jesus saw himself as continuing that story. So he agreed with the law and the prophets when he taught that it's out of the human heart that come the most ugly parts of human nature. It's like the default setting of our hearts is opposed to God's law. But Jesus also said that he came to solve that problem, and in his words, to fulfill the law.
So what does he mean there, to fulfill the law?
Well, first he said that the demand of all of the laws in the Torah could be fulfilled by what he called the Great Command, that we are to love God and to love others.
So that seems pretty easy. I mean, we all want to love.
Well, we think we want to love. But Jesus showed how love is far more demanding than we realize. So he quotes the law, do not murder. And he says, yes, not killing someone is a very loving thing to do. But then he also says that when you treat someone with disrespect or when you nurse resentment against them, you're also violating God's moral ideal because you're not treating that person with love. And so Jesus said true love ought to extend even to our own enemies. So even though this command seems very simple, Jesus showed how our hearts are not currently equipped to fulfill even this basic command of God to love others.
And that's kind of a downer.
But where Israel failed, Jesus brought this story to its fulfillment. As Israel's Messiah, he fully loved God and others, and he showed all of the nations what God is truly like. He did this through his acts of compassion and mercy, and ultimately by loving his enemies even unto death. And after his resurrection, he told his followers that he would send God's Spirit to transform their hearts so that they could follow him and fulfill the purpose of the law, to love God and to love their neighbor. So this fulfills the story of the law and the prophets, or in the words of the Apostle Paul, the one who loves fulfills the law.
Much love to all humans. We go.
This guy's a professional runner on Instagram and he does these very cool videos running from one place to another. In this specific video, he caught something really strange on camera.
Enfin, bien sûr que vous allez bien, moi ça par la grâce de Dieu. Je suis comme ça en train d'aller à l'école. Mais je pense que le professeur ne va pas venir aujourd'hui. Donc je retourne à la maison.
After being posted, the video amassed 17 million views and thousands of people were trying to figure out what exactly this creature is. Some were saying it's a skinwalker, others were leaving comments saying maybe it's an alien. Then someone said it could be a cannibal tribesman, but then I zoomed in slow mode on the video. It doesn't look like a tribesman. Pay very close attention to this part over here. Look at its eyes. Doesn't look like a tribesman, does it? Now I'm gonna slow-mo the video a bit more so you understand what I'm talking about. Pay attention to its arms. They seem very long. Doesn't look like a tribesman.
Oh, that guy definitely looks like he's
My buddy
running
from
for his
Miami
life.
sent me this. Yeah, y'all need to pay attention right there. Watch close.
Right there. He's right there. I can't put my camera on it. He's right there. There's an alien in the sky, guys, right there. He's floating in the middle of the sky. There's an alien in the fucking sky right now, guys. Yo! There's an alien in the sky, guys. Right in front of the public stores. Nobody's batting an eye. There's an alien in the fucking sky right now. He's gone. Oh, no, he's right there. Yo! Guys! I really can't make this shit up right now. That shit's standing still right there. That guy's recording me. He thinks I'm insane or something. Look at him. He's recording me from the reflecting. There's an alien in the sky. There's an alien in the sky! Guys, the plane is flying right by the UFO! There's a plane flying right by the UFO right now! Yo! There's an alien in the sky, guys!
Oh, that guy is trying to tell people. And people cannot see. Why?
Is a temple. This is Borobudur. It is in Indonesia. I always thought this temple was super weird because it's perfectly geometric except for the circles in the middle of the temple. They're not quite perfect. The rest of the geometry, my last video, I showed you the simulation of the Chladni patterns. If you put sand on a plate and you play sound through it, it creates geometric shapes. But if you freeze the simulation right here, yep, it's perfect. They're not perfect circles because of the frequency. Each of the bells is a focal point for the frequency. That's why those circles are not perfect, except for the central one. Borobudur itself is a giant bell. There's nothing inside of it. The temple, you can't go in there. There's no chambers. Built on top of a mound. It should be quite obvious now that this is used to focus something. And here's how deep the Buddhist knowledge actually goes. This is called laser interferography. We shoot a laser of one frequency and split it into two frequencies and then bounce it off a mirror. And if we move those mirrors, the pattern the laser makes can be used to measure very small distances. When the waves sync up, they make a focal point, that red wave. When they're offset, it creates interference or a gap where the red line isn't there. When you measure that on a detector, it looks like this. So it has a resonance, it focuses light on a volcanically active fault line on the planet. There are no records of its construction, and nobody knows why it was ever abandoned. What do you think it was for? Maybe we should talk to the monks instead of Wikipedia. If you can't talk to a monk, then a book on geometry and energy and stuff may be very useful to you.
Huh. That's interesting.
Sirens and mermaids are the fallen angels that God casted from heaven.
Really?
Yeah, so if you read the book of Enoch,
Yeah.
you will understand about the origins of sirens and mermaids. So
Yeah.
on Enoch 6:23, it says, "All the women of angels that went astray shall become sirens."
Okay.
So the fallen angels were called the Watchers.
Yeah.
So they came on earth to guard human beings, right? But they did malicious things and promiscuous things with humans.
Yeah.
Understand? So it got to a point where God banned them,
Yeah.
right? So the only way they can communicate with God was through Enoch.
So who's this Enoch, bro?
So Enoch was known as a godly man that pleased God to a point where God took him to heaven without dying, right?
Yo.
Also, he was the grandfather of Noah.
Okay.
Right? So the great father of Noah. So
Yeah.
I recommend you read the book because of there's a lot of things that collaborate with the Bible in the
Yeah.
book. The thing is that the book is no longer in the Bible anymore.
Why is it no longer in the Bible?
So the book of Enoch was cherished by the Jews and the Christians,
Yeah.
right, back in the days, but it was disfavored by the church fathers, right?
Yeah.
So because of they were thinking is an apocryphal, right? Apocryphal is a Greek word that means hidden,
Okay.
a secret. So the book was considered as a sacred book.
Okay.
So it was too exalted to be in public for people. You understand?
Yeah.
So, but now you understand the origin
Yeah.
of sirens and mermaids,
Yeah.
right? So this is how you can distinguish the two.
Okay.
You understand? So sirens look like demons. They have bat-like claws,
Yeah.
and they have these enchanting voices that can lure you to their doom with their irresistible songs.
Yo, bro.
You understand? And also they have this sinister reputation, which we mentioned above.
Yeah.
You understand? So, but mermaids are known to be beautiful beings and
Yeah,
gentle,
true,
right?
yeah.
But they don't tolerate nonsense. But the nice thing about mermaids, they warn you, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So there's stories of people who stay close to the rivers, right? They say they've been warned by mermaids. You understand? And mermaids can fall in love.
Fall in love?
Yeah. There's a story of someone who got married to a mermaid in Limpopo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you know about the story, guys, please let us know. You
Yeah,
understand?
let us know.
So, but one thing that I can tell is that sirens are more dangerous than mermaids.
Yo, bro.
Yeah. So, guys, wow, we just reached 200K followers. We want to thank you guys
so
for everything.
much, guys.
We appreciate you. We appreciate the support. So yeah, make sure that guys you go subscribe and more. We're gonna drop more videos like this. Really appreciate the support. And yeah, it's your boy Kev D, aka Dynamite.
It's your boy Scubu, the storyteller, but for the Charlie story, Charlie Scubu. We are Blaze Topics, and we are.
Man, that's a good word. Did you know that, man? Oh. Why does this happen? Let's see. Why does what happen? This guy do what? Put some tree on fire? Or what's up? Oh, that tree produces the gas that's produced by the tree can light fire. Oh, can ignite some matchstick. How is that possible? What is going on there? Is this science, agriculture, or is this something that usually happens? Oh my God, help! See, I feel disappointed. I'm from Africa and I don't know that trees can do that. But anyways, good vibes, man. I'm also happy that humans from other places of the world are sharing this information with me. You see, we also share those tricks that I have with you about trees someday here. You see, good vibes, man. This is incredible. Look at this. Oh, you see, I don't even know which plant this is. Oh, that's what I've understood. Which is this tree? Good people of Earth. Some tree that produces gas that can ignite. Oh my God, that is creepy. Oh, anyway, good vibes, man. Let's keep on watching. What is happening here? Waters above the firmament and the great deep. Look. Yeah. Hey, my God. Where is this place? This is really creepy. Oh, what is going on here? Oh my God. Good people of Earth. Where do you think this is this place now? Is this the place that is below Earth? Some guys took Do you call this a ride or some? What do you call it when someone goes with a boat somewhere? Just let's say some guys took a ride there with their boat to explore below there. Why is this place? Look at this, man. Huh? That is really creepy. Anyway, it's good
When you
vibes.
pass over and you go to the other side, one of the first things that happens is they show you your life. And they show you every single thing you did, every single thing you thought, every single thing that happened to you. And this is like a board over there, I guess you would say, like a conference board, a council. Council is a better word. And it has your guides, your guardians, the elders, the masters, and they're all sitting there advising. They can't interfere. They can't make you do anything, but they advise. And the first thing they do is show you your entire life of everything you just went through. And you're looking at it. And believe me, it's not pleasant. Because it's not all the good things. It's all the things that ever happened to you. Everything you ever said. Everything you ever did. And you're looking at it and you say, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Why did I say that? But then to make it even harder, they not only show it from your viewpoint, they show you the way it was through all the people you ever had contact with. You see it through their eyes.
Please be good and treat people well. Love your neighbors, love yourself. Hey, oh my god. Look at this. Glitches caught in real life. Oh man, what is happening here? Look at this. Now where do you go? Ah, oh my god, this is creepy. Ah! What is this now? Some glitches in the Matrix. Oh guys, do you believe this story of maybe you're in the Matrix or something like that? Please leave your thoughts about life. You see, leave some comments there. How do you see life? Do you think it's maybe some illusion or something like that? Because some things that happen here they are really questionable. You see? Huh. But wait. Oh, look at this. Then you can't tell it's moving again. Whoa! Man, this is beautiful. Ah, yeah. I mean, there is some real place that looks like this. You see, from this side of the world, you only see pictures like this and paintings. Oh, it really looks beautiful. I'd like to go to such a place, man, and see. Ah! How do you guys feel with the snow there? Oh, anyway, it's good vibes, man. How does the snow feel? I'd like to know. Huh? And so this good vibes guy here is staying with his dogs. Huh? And the dogs are probably wondering, oh, they have chosen the one to be given the melon first. Oh, this is interesting. And they have chosen the youngest. Oh, this is great, man. This is good vibes. You see, these animals are very wonderful. And they really have big IQ. And they're intelligent and they understand stuff. Especially love and good vibes. They usually understand it, you see. And when you teach something, when you teach them something with good vibes and love, they understand. Oh, this is incredible, man. Like this guy has even teach to the dogs to do hand gestures. This is incredible. I'd like to know how we can teach even some cow to do this. You see, if a dog can run, some cow can run. It's still in the same class of animals. This is good vibes, man. This dog is very intelligent. And yeah. How can these guys do this? I mean, people are this good void of good vibes and love. You see, I like to know how you teach your dogs to do this. Can you even teach them to wave at people? Oh, that is very interesting, man. Scary footages found. Look at this. 5 encounters with strange creatures. What type of creature is this? Good people of Earth. You see, I've never seen this creature in my whole life. You see, I'm even wondering how it really. Oh my god! Can it really do that? Is that a normal moose or what do you call it? It's like these moose for these days have extraordinary abilities. They can jump like that. Oh my god! Look at this. This is a giant snake. Oh, yeah. See, some of these things are really scary. Wow, you see? Look at this now. Oh my god, what is happening here? Are these even animals that really exist? Oh my god. This is creepy. This is really creepy. Whoa! Wow! Hey, you see those encounters that can make you freak out and almost even have fainting feeling. You see? You see, myself, I've never fainted in my whole life, but some circumstances and situations that I see here, they can surprise someone very bad. You see? And look at this. How is this possible? Oh, see, humans are incredible and full of wonders. How can this guy fit here? Oh, how is this possible? Good people of Earth. How did this guy enter here? You see, this is creepy. Is that a really person? Oh my god. Oh, you see now this is unfathomable and understandable. It's like the person changed again. What's going on here? You see? Was that really good people of Earth? Oh, okay, let's look here and another place. What are this now? This look like giant worms on the river. Oh my god. It's why I fear large water bodies. You see, I also always have a feeling if you were meant to swim, at least you could have one fin at the back, you see? But now this is stuff I really fear.
I'm the executor of that estate, basically, although as a baby, I didn't know about it. My parents should have known about it, but they weren't told. So they didn't know about it. And when I reached the age of majority, about 18, I ought to have been able to claim that estate, that with my name on it, just in the same way that my dad, so that there would be money for me that I could write checks and say, oh, I'd like a car, please. Take it out of the big money, this pool of money, this fund, this trust fund. Because that's effectively what it is. A trust fund had been set up when I was born. All of us have had this done. Now, I understand this has been done since the 1930s, 1933, I think. But it may go back to much, much older. But let's not worry too much about that. We know that this is true because there's the 12 presumptions of law. For example, all the law of the land in Western-speaking, English-speaking countries, it seems to me, are all run by canon law. Canon law, this is operated by the private bar guild. This is the lawyers, the judges, the barristers, the clerk of the courts themselves. They all run by this system. And the 12 presumptions of law, I made a video about this only the other day. And they say a whole load of, they presume a lot of things because they've got to make some presumption about you, haven't they? So they presume a bunch of things about you, and unless you correct them and say, oh no, actually that's not quite right, you made a presumption there, but it's not right, I rebut that, and then they go, oh, okay, fair enough, we've got to start by presuming something about you, like we do in all sort of walks of life. We all make a presumption, and let's face it,
How does the best basketball player of...
In this episode of the Think Media Podcast...
Well,
I don't know if you can talk about it, but what is maybe one of the craziest cases that you worked on that you still are scratching your head as to what you had to work on that we might not even know about or never heard about?
Well, okay, the craziest one that I'm still not supposed to talk about, but I can say that it was it was featured in, I think it was about the first episode of The X-Files. I was sent to a military base. I mean, I can say in general terms, I was sent to a military base. We observed a military base where they had several disappearances that were associated with the appearance of UFOs in the area. And there were UFOs that the military base said, the commander said, I don't know what to do with this. I mean, I'm at my wit's end. And so we went to observe these UFOs that had been coming to the outskirts of this military base, and on a regular basis. And they were filled with light. Almost like they didn't even appear metal anymore. And they would just come. They would come to the edge of this forest, and there was a group of people who would just do a regular observance of these things. And so myself and my partner, we went and we were with those people. And for some reason, one of the UFOs picked us out for some reason and came directly at us, and just, it appeared to land on us at some point. All the people ran, everyone ran, including us. But it appeared to land on us, but then it didn't, because it disappeared.
Any desire that the Holy Spirit has given to you, the flesh will fight. The desire to read the Word, the flesh will fight. The desire to go to church, the desire to worship, the desire to evangelize, the flesh will fight all these. Especially, the flesh will fight the desire to pray. Why? Because prayer is the death of the flesh. That's why when you go to pray, it seems like there's this inner squirming, this fight, this resistance, because the flesh knows that as you pray, you are subjecting it. The flesh knows that as you pray, it's losing influence.
That's somehow very
Into the
true.
frame came something else. It flew into the frame like this, and it shot a beam of light at the warhead, which is represented by my thumb here. Now, remember, all this stuff is flying at several thousand miles an hour. So this thing fires a beam of light at the warhead, hits it, and then this thing flies up like this. Meanwhile, we're all going like this, fires another beam of light, goes around like this, we're going like this, fires another beam of light, goes down like this, fires another beam of light, and then flies out the way it came in. And the warhead tumbles out of space. Now, I saw that. I don't give a goddamn what anybody else says about it. I saw that on film. Phil Klass can kiss my ass. He wasn't there. I was. Now, when the lights came on, Major Mansman turned around and looked at me and said, "Were you guys screwing around up there?" And I said, "No, sir." And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "It looks to me like we got a UFO."
Oh my God, what do you think about that guy's story? Look at this now. It's like some guy had some alien encounter on WhatsApp. Looks like some good vibes guy from some place there went and found some rock that looks like it had fallen there from where? Who knows where? Maybe out of space. And this good vibes guy decided to dig up the rock and take a look of what it might be. You see, who knows? Maybe some gold fell from heaven and God had remembered this guy. Hey, let's see. You see, this is interesting because, and it's like after cracking that stone, it looks like it is a precious stone. Look at this. This guy was definitely remembered. He must be some good vibes guy, you see. Or even the universe to reward you to see things that no one has ever seen before, you see. Even to find something like this is good vibes. Yo, it's not normal that you just walk around and find something no one has ever
Draw
found.
a cross. Make it into a kite. Add a circle at the bottom. Draw 2 ovals and 2 large ones on top. Draw these curved lines under each eye and straight lines going to the circle. A big U shape for the nose. These curly shapes are the nostrils. Color them in. Make some squiggles inside the ears. Now let's draw some hair. Draw these 2 lines across the eyes. These are eyelids. And draw the eyeballs and the lower lids. Now add some shading on both sides with the side of your pencil. Make it a little darker inside the ears and at the bottom of the nose. Add some whiskers and color in the eyes. For more art tips and tutorials, please do follow, like, comment, and share.
And that looks beautiful. Please hit the like button.
This is a Tensor tube. I've just made this. This is the first one I've made. As you can see, it's made of the tensor ring, where you get 2 copper wires, entwine it. This one's made with actually 3 times a sacred cubit, so it's a lot of copper gone into this. So basically what it does, it's a pain relief. Now that end there, that takes away the pain. So what you do, you put this on your body. So let's say you've got an aching back, you put that end facing your back and that end going that way, because what that does, that takes the pain out that way. And you turn it, I think actually no, it's an anti-clockwise motion, that's right. So you turn it anti-clockwise and it pulls the energy of the pain out of you. And apparently you do this for about 10 to 15 minutes. You don't have to be a healer like I do. You can just be anyone, basically. You don't have to have no special skills. It's the actual, obviously the text actually in the device itself, because it's made to the sacred cubits. And like I said, this is 3 times a sacred cubit, and it's also wound as a tensor ring, so that gives it the power. These are all ancient tech, what's coming back into our consciousness. I mean, this time 6 months ago, I didn't know nothing about any of this sort of stuff. It just flooded into my consciousness, and I take notice of my higher self. It's obviously something that I needed to use myself, use on my family, and it turns out people on here need them too. So I am going to start making these to sell, but I'm not selling them just yet. I want to test it on myself, my wife, my mother-in-law, especially my mother-in-law, because she's a bit of a guinea pig for all this tech, because she's got really bad aches and pains with arthritis, and basically over the years she's just been taking that many pharmaceuticals. Thankfully no more, but she did do for probably about 40 years. So she's got a lot of aches and pains because of all that. So I'm going to be testing this on her, and I'll probably make a video while I'm doing it as well. Alright guys, cheers, bye.
Good vibes, people. Thanks for watching up to this far, man. You are loved and respected. That gesture of viewers of hitting the like button and leaving some comment is received with much gratitude, man. May the universe reward you incredibly, and God bless you in miraculous ways, you see. And may all your worries be solved, and good health be to you, you see. Anyway, in the meantime, peace and love be with you up to next time. Please stay tuned, because some 5 episodes will be coming your way soon, you see. And about the misunderstanding about where I'm coming from, please, that one we shall look about it soon. I'll even show you how hard it is for us sometimes to even broadcast this message of love, you see. But we all do this with the intentions of making and seeing humanity has united, you see. When there is peace and unity, we can do incredible stuff. Keep it tuned, man. We shall be back. Goodbye. Much love.